sexually transmitted infections and erectile dysfunction is what comes to mind mostly when we hear about penile health. But there is more to penile health. Welcome, loves, as requested. Today, we are talking about penile health. If it's something you are interested in, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment, and let's get to it. Penile health involves the ability to urinate comfortably, get or maintain an erection, and stay fertile. We are privileged to have a nurse, anesthetist, and a medical officer in the person of Dr. Vera Asantewaa-Badu. Guys, let's give it up for her.
Thank you for having me in your program.
So, a video on vaginal health was put on my channel recently, and the males have been on my neck to come up with this, to do something on penile health. Don't watch this, I'll leave the link in the description box, or you see the card somewhere up here on the screen so that you can watch after this. So, Dr. Vera, Dr. Asantewaa-Badu, what is so important about penile health? Is it really important? Is penile health important?
Oh, yes. Penile health or penis health is of much importance, right? It's very important because, as we know, the penis is one of the reproductive organs of the male, right? And it's very, very important because we have a lot of disease conditions that affect it. It also has the urethra, right? So with the male reproductive organ, that's the penis, its health is very important. Usually when we are thinking of penis health, we are looking at erectile dysfunction, or we are looking at STIs and those things. But sometimes it goes beyond it. It goes beyond that. So it's very important. The penis health is actually of utmost importance because there are lots of diseases that when it's happening or when it affects the male, the symptoms are going to manifest itself through the penis, right? We can have disease conditions that affect the penis, like the erectile dysfunctions, STIs, cancers or carcinomas. We can have a lot of things, right? And so penile health is quite important. You know, health conditions like diabetes, depression, anxiety, and all those things might end up affecting a man's performance or something. And so the basic thing that would make a man know that something is wrong or not is how the organ is functioning or not. So it is really quite important to maintain a healthy male reproductive organ or a healthy penis.
So with that being said, how can one maintain good penile health? We know of staying hydrated and reducing alcohol intake. So is there any other way of maintaining good penile health?
Okay, so one can maintain penis health or penile health by doing some basic stuff. We have diseases that affect the male reproductive organ, mainly as sexually transmitted diseases, urinary tract infections. Like I mentioned earlier, the urethra, it's inside the penis, right? So it's diseases that causes urinary tract infections like urethritis, inflammation of the urethra affects the penis in some way. And so penis health is very, very important. And most importantly, we are looking at three things to maintain the health. We are looking at personal hygiene, and we are looking at the clothing that we use, and we are also looking at sexually transmitted diseases, the mode of transmission. So when it comes to the personal hygiene, we all know what it takes to keep a good personal hygiene. As guys, we need to bath or clean our body at least twice in a day, or once or twice in a day minimum at least, because we are sweating and we are wearing clothes, we are going up and down. Our temperature here is quite high, and so we are sweating and all that. A guy can wear a boxer shorts for about 2-3 weeks and they are still wearing it. It's not the best. You need to maintain a good hygiene. Why hygiene is important is that we have a lot of skin conditions, rashes that affect that area. Like you get a rash that would affect the skin around your penis, the skin around your scrotum, and all those kind of stuff. And so you need to bath to keep the place clean enough. Secondly, we are looking at the clothing that we are putting on. The boxer shorts, like these days, it's good. People don't really use the panties, but they rather use the boxer shorts. The boxer shorts are quite loose enough, and that's perfect. It's good. It's a hanging organ, and in as much as you want it to be firm, you need to also let it loose. So we need loose boxers or loose panties that is not going to make the place so tight. It's not going to tighten the penis or the organ so much, because the temperature there it's of utmost importance. You don't need to have so much high temperature and so much low temperature. We have things that affect the testes that usually with the temperature, the temperature needs to be maintained. So too much tight clothing, black underwears and all that is not good, because when the underwear is too tight or the black, it absorbs heat and it changes the temperature there. As it's absorbing heat, you are sweating. Some people are going to have skin rashes, skin diseases. That's going to cause something bad to the organ. Then the next thing we are looking at is prevention of STIs. So like I said, most of the diseases that affect the male organ is STIs, is urinary tract infection, which we are going to get through sex, unprotected sex with affected people. So the most important thing is that you are having just one relationship, or you are sleeping with just one person. If you cannot do that, and you are making sure that the person you are sleeping with is also sleeping with just you. So because you cannot ensure that, it's advisable you use protection. So you are using a condom, proper use of a condom, because what we realize is that most people will start the act before they use the condom. So the condom that they are using is actually not to protect themselves from sexually transmitted infections or diseases, but rather to prevent the partner from getting pregnant, because they don't want the semen to drop in there, but they are okay with it. If you want to maintain a proper penis health or male reproductive organ health, one of the major things that affect it is actually STIs. And so you want to prevent or protect yourself from STIs. You use a condom. You maintain good personal hygiene. You check the clothing that you wear, the underwears that we wear, not too tight, to get the organ in a free motion. Like it should be a little bit free or loose.
Do we have something like normal discharge or semen in men? Like, is there something like that? Because we know with females or women we have that. So with males, is there something like normal discharge?
Semen is actually the fluid or the liquid that comes out of the penis with an ejaculation, right? So when the semen actually contains the sperms, but there are other secretions that will come from the penis, or there are other discharges that could come from the penis that is not semen, right? So when people get like UTIs or sexually transmitted infections, especially the gonococcal infections, they would, some produces some fluid discharges that comes from the penis. That is not semen. So they are abnormal discharges. So sometimes when somebody comes to the hospital and complains of an abnormal discharge or a discharge that is not semen, because usually the semen, you should have sexual arousal to produce semen and all that. But let's say on a norm, you are urinating and all those kind of things. You are having other discharges, creamy, whitish, something discharges that are coming from your penis that you want to be sure if it's semen or not. So mostly we are going to ask for other signs and symptoms that would make us find out whether what you are producing is a normal fluid or it's something else. So you can have painful urination or painful discharges. You can have a lot of symptoms. So when you get other symptoms like fever, rashes, other things, urine incontinence, frequency, urgency to urinate. When you urinate, you feel some is left there, and some people have difficulty even urinating. When you are urinating, you have pains and all those kind of things. When you have all these other symptoms, then you are having other secretions or other discharges from your penis. We are looking at something else. So we take a sample, we go to the lab, and we find out the exact cause of it. It could be UTI. Some of the discharges could be bloody. Some of them could just be, it could look like the way semen looks like, but it might not be semen. So yes, they are abnormal. There's normal semen and there are abnormal discharges from the penis that could be as a result of disease conditions.
That was an educative discourse with Dr. Vera Asantewaa-Badu. I believe you learned something from it. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like this video, comment, share. Let's keep going, guys. Remember to always shine bright like the star you are. It's been me, your girl, Jean. Meet you next week. Bye.